Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at a deck from a player named Summerflame, a US representative in the recent Seifer's Open Free, taking second place. Now, one thing that really interests me about Summerflame is the lineup he used to compete in a Seifer's Open and take in one of those top spots. And the one deck we're going to look at today is one Summerflame sent me personally, and as soon as I saw the Illusion of Grandeur, my interest was piqued, because I really like that card. You guys might remember my old Ruby Fish, Gabriel Noble Grandeur deck, so I'm always interested to see what Grandeur is capable of. Now this list is actually pretty interesting. It uses a hand buff engine, so something very similar to the hand buff swarm deck I featured last week, but it also uses cards like Tail of the Old Turtle, very good way to cost reduce stuff. Banquets, the new animated Banquet I think is very good. If you get off the Tail of the Old Turtle, it's a 0 cost, it gives +2/+2 to the Grandeur, and then it stays on the board. But there's also like recurring recruiters, there's some removal in here in Frog Tosser and Deepwood Stalker. So it's quite a slow deck really, we kind of just sit back, we do our thing, and we build up this massive Illusion of Grandeur. I've had some really high Illusion of Grandeurs, I've had a 24, 25 was my highest I've had so far, and not much my opponent could do about that once that came down. So let's get into some matches and see how this deck performs. Alright guys, first game. It's a really good keep. I like keeping the Spirit, a good early Harvester. We also have the option of Recurring Recruiter. It might actually be a little better. It represents 2 collectors, but we don't have the Explore, so there's no way for us to set the double collection on turn 3. So I think I'll keep this hand actually. I don't mind keeping the tail, because if we're playing against a slow deck, we can kind of just chill out, collect some Faeria, and start getting use of this Tail of the Old Turtle. Now this deck is quite defensive, and you know, you've seen me play Spirit of Rebirth quite recently. Now this could be Yellow Rush, this could be a lot of things actually, but I feel that it's probably Yellow Rush. Starting Desert is the Sagittarius land nowadays. Maybe I just go for the Recruiter this turn. Yeah, let's go for the Recruiter. The reason is I want to see where this land is going. Is it going to come down this way? Is it going to come down this way? Just one thing to note as well. This deck was created by a player named Shatsy505. Summerflame piloted this deck to success in the Seifer's Open, so the original creator is actually someone else, his scrim partner. So shouts to Shatsy for coming up with this build. Very cool. I very much like it. So now we have the Wind Soldier land set up. This could be a great opportunity to get the Spirit of Rebirth down. Now we could play the Recurrent as a 1/1 just in case this gets removed, and then we have a Collector. But now we have the Spirit of Rebirth down. If this Recurrent receives power-ups, it's going to influence the Illusion of Grandeur that's in our deck. So if we get a couple of power-ups on this guy, we can drop him as a 0 cost, and then whatever power he has when he comes onto the board will also buff the Illusion of Grandeur. So I'm going to just leave that there for now, and we'll see what our opponent gets up to. So Manta Rider. Manta Rider, that's a pretty durable play. Can't think of another word for it. So we can just take the collection. We're collecting off our own wells. These do not have much mobility. They need like Kaleem's training to get that charge. We're going to need to see a few flash wins and stuff. So we should be safe with just moving the Recurring Recruiter back. We can play around the 1 mobility trick. If there's 2, it's not a lot I can do about that really. So let's take the tail. We have some time. Get a 1-cost Spider, so that's going to add 2/4 to our Illusion. And we also have a cheaper Illusion. Now, actually, one of my issues with Illusion as a card is its Faeria cost. It has the potential to become enormous. Much like the Soul Eaters, of the past. And even the Soul Eaters of the present still have that. It just takes a bit more time. But 7 Faeria is just very expensive. If this was 6 Faeria, I'd be a happier person. But it is what it is, you know. We have to work with what we have. This little manta is going to go in between the wells. So this is yellow flyers, I would assume. Emperor's Command into Wind Soldier. So the move back played around mobility on the Manta Rider, but didn't play around Wind Soldier. And that is an annoying gnat. Not what I was expecting to see. That's cool. We can deal with this later. So we'll take another forest. Or we can take a lake. Like, I think a lake's fine. We just need to take a land here. So this deck does run Rune in, which means I do need to get to 3 forests. So let's just forest here. You know what? We could forest here. Play Eridan. And then play Bloated Frog. So this is a very good synergistic card with Illusion. So it's giving the Illusion +3/+3 from just playing it as its base form. Now in the past, Illusion of Grandeur has kind of relied on the Darkstalker. So it's a 3/2 whenever you play an event, it becomes a 1 cost. And that gives 3/2 to the Illusion of Grandeur, and that's a card I've used in the past to empower this card. But Bloated Toad's actually just a little bit better, especially if you can get that animated Banquet, because the last words don't trigger, because the Banquet will come out first. Let's see what's next. Do we have that mobility trick? Oh, double Soul Drain into mobility? Yeah, double Soul Drain into mobility. So we get a couple of power-ups going on here now. So this is a 3/3. It's not bad, really. Not bad. Our hand is now starting to develop into something quite deadly. And we can kill these 2 frogs. We can kill these 2, which is pretty cool. If one of these had 1 more life, I would probably kill this and then kill the Manta inside instead. Because then I could have these 2 spiders fight this side of the board. But I do have Frog Tosser, so what I could do, I could maybe take a draw this turn, or maybe take +1, and then lake here next turn for when it moves down. And then I could potentially run this in and then Frog Tosser the remains, and then get that 2/2 frog in a double collection position. So I think I'll take Faeria instead, because we're going to play 4 Faeria's worth of cards anyway. And that's going to power these guys. So these are already 8/10s. That's not bad, right? A 7 Faeria 8/10 with charge 2, or a 5 Faeria 8/10 with charge 2. So that's actually pretty good. Now, there is a combo in this build that Summerflame made known to me, and that is the failed experiment with Verdure and Emissary. It gives a massive power up to your hand, so +1/+1 across the board, and then you gain that 4/5 as stats on your illusions as well, because it becomes a 1 cost. So that's really cool. I like that. That's a cool little synergy there. So let's sit here. Now we have enough to go for a full kind of Frog Tosser turn here if we want it. I could get rid of my illusion. Sorry, my Spirit of Rebirth now if I want. So the plan was we stick a lake here, so we can play a new Spirit of Rebirth. So we do replace it. We kill this. This is starting to become quite a threat. And then we can Frog Tosser this guy. And we gain the frog here, giving us a potential double collector in the future. We did lose the spirit, but we did get a power up on this guy, which will further power up these. But like I said, we'll keep it in hand. I don't see a need to play this just yet. As you can see, it's quite a slow deck, really. I would go as far to say as it's a control deck. You're just building up towards your win condition by controlling the board, influencing your hand with power-ups from stuff like Spirit Rebirth, Eridan, Verdun Emissary when it's drawn. Oh, it's a Doomgate. Okay. Oh, hello, little gnat. Assassin. And that safely positions itself behind the assassin. Alright, so we can kill this with these two. That is possible. Do we want to? That's the question. I am going to double collect this turn. I'm going to set this up because I do challenge the Doomgate in the near future. I think this is a good tail turn. It does take up my whole turn, so maybe not. Maybe I actually need to wait to play Illusion. So maybe we do kill this, actually. We kill this. We kill this. And then we play the Rakoan as a collector. Yeah, these guys are becoming a problem. Then hopefully our frog lives and I can start hitting the Doomgate. But if it doesn't, what I can do is just build a lake here or a lake here, and then I have probably a lake here actually for that charge too. And we'll drop our first illusion down. Our illusion should be quicker than the Doomgate. Unless there's like loads of nightmares and stuff going on. So we are going to see the Wind Soldier clear on the frog. Wait a minute. Dash here. So Mr. Collection. Oh wow, okay, so we can do the combo this turn. So we play. So we're going to move these up because we want to be able to attack the Mistral Guide next turn. We'll kill this. And we'll kill it again. They might just bounce around a bit and then we can... Ah, no! Mistakes were made, guys. I was planning to play my illusion there, but I guess I can just build a lake here. That's fine. So failed experiment. We'll play this guy. Boom. Watch this. Ooh! Ooh! Yep. They're becoming big threats. So there's a 21-24. Let's see how our opponent answers this. And then next turn, we just drop the second one. We're just like, you know what? Here's a second one. Ah, what is this? What is this gnat all about? The saddest gnat. Oh, more gnats. That's fine. I don't mind playing ping pong with gnats. Gnat like this. Manta Rider. Okay. Illusion number 2. So there's a spider. And we can play Spider Illusion this turn. But we could wait, actually. I think waiting's just fine. Because then we can use the spider on the follow-up to kill this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to kill this gnat and then make a lake. Oh, hello. So we're going to do this first. Drop the illusion down. Okay. So building a lake here just jams the 21-24. So now my opponent needs an answer to this. This can hit the orb next turn. Nightmare. Nightmare's a pretty good one. Can collect Nightmare, move a gnat in front. But then we have the Deepwood Stalker. Yep. So he's a 21-21 now. Just doing the old shimmy. And then playing another... Oh, playing the assassin here. So actually killed himself. Because now I just hit the nat and I can win. Unless he has a heal. So there we have it. Just gives you an idea of what this deck is capable of. Punch 21 damage into a nat to win the game. And that's what you're trying to do. Just kind of slowly build up this advantage with your Illusion of Grandeurs in hand. Get them powered up to these massive states, which are just impossible to deal with almost without something like Death Touch or Last Nightmare, maybe Frogify. There are ways, like Humbler Visions cuts this in half, but it's still a 10-10. But these guys will be huge, and then your opponent's going to have to find an answer to them. But good game. Let's move on to our next one. Alright guys, another game. 2 really good cards to find an opener. We don't want this yet. This is a one-off that we want to use with the failed experiment, so we can throw this away. But I'm happy to keep these 2 guys. Man, this card is just so good. Probably one of my favorite green cards. I have said this for quite a long time that Spirit Rebirth is one of my favorite greens. Mainly just interesting. It just lets you get so much value. Like if they can't be answered, they're just an absolute nightmare. Just constantly giving a value in hand. See what Martis is up to today. Me and Martis actually play a lot. We do play a good amount together. I think Martis plays around the time that I play, which is why we always bump into each other. So explore, lake. Is that an Archon? No. Not an Archon, a Commander. I always get Commander and Archon mixed up these days. Oh, it is an Archon. Oh, okay. So this is probably a slower deck. I might have to consider pushing up one of the sides. This is going to come down here. I'd like to set up the Spirit of Rebirth. I'd like to set up it on this side, but I'm afraid that the Archon will push down and then I won't have really much to... I'd rather keep the Spirit in hand for now. So I could play another collector to start collecting. Let's work it out. So this moves here next turn. My Spirit's here. I move here. This moves here. I guess I collect and I can move back. So it does... Actually, it's fine. I think it does work out okay. Unless there's some kind of mobility involved. This takes another lake. So we've seen Lore Thief and Archon so far. Not cards we often see in new Dream Reaver builds. So let's take Tail of the Old Turtle. Oh, wow. What is up with me and drawing these? I don't know. I don't know, guys. Something going on. I guess I could fail this. I mean, why not? Lots of power-ups. And then we can take the Deepwood Stalker on the... position's a bit off. I think we wait, actually. I don't want this to be behind the Spirit of Rebirth. I want this to be in front of it because I want to use the spider to start marching up towards my opponent. But I do stop my collection. Nah, I guess it's fine. I guess it's fine. I convinced myself. This is already an 8-10. This is already an 8-10. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy how powerful this is already. I'm gonna jam this next turn. Just gonna be like, here's an 8-10 with charge 2. And then I'm gonna start pushing up the one side with it. Oh, he's curious.
I'm so smart, I astound myself.
It's only 2 cards. Okay. Are they Plague Bearers? That's what I want to know. Right. Yeah, so let's jam a lake here and just drop this. We just want some pressure. Like, I don't know what Martis is up to. Could be going for like an Aurora's Dream combo deck. It's very defensive. Our win condition is getting these down and hitting face. Like, there's no other way we're gonna win. Martis might win through other means, so we need to be applying pressure going forward. Now this could get Vision, this could get Frogified. There's a lot of things that could happen to this Grandeur, but that's fine. I'd rather my opponent have to spend Faeria to react to me. So I'm cool with that. So we'll move up. I think we tail again at this point. We have like enough board, so we can just tail again. And we picked up Failed Emissary. That's really good. So yeah, that seems fine. Like we just used the tail. We're gonna get a massive return on that next turn. I'm gonna go Failed into Emissary and go from there. So is this gonna be like maybe like Frogify? We might see like Frogify Phantasm. I'm unsure. I kind of wish I did play a Banquet, but I really wanted to take that opportunity to get the Tail of the Old Turtle off. It's going to be a layer. So now Frog Tosser becomes one of our best. I'm so sorry. Like, I really apologize to anyone I play against. I just say, oh, I need this card, and it just kind of shows up. I don't know why. I don't know why. Guys, I'm not sure. It just does that for me. So do I need to use the Failed Emissary? Yeah, I don't think so. I think that's something we can do next turn. So let's take a lake. I'm going to kill this because this is collecting Faeria. So after I Frog Tosser this, I'd have to hit the Taunt. But if I kill the Curious Biomancer first, no Faeria is harvested from the right-hand side next turn. So we're going to do that. And then we can Frog Tosser. Oh, that's a nice place. Maybe we play this, actually. I don't know, like, I think it'd be nice to be able to hit this and clear it, and then have the Grandeur go face. But if I am going to do that, do I go for the Verdrin line to give it +1/+1? I don't know. I think so. Let's do that first then. That's a 0 cost 6/6. Yeah, essentially it was a 1 cost 6/6. It's not the best target to draw off Tail of the Old Turtle, unfortunately, but that's pretty good value. I'm pretty keen. And now we have another Spirit of Rebirth, who's a 7. We have a 6/6 animated Banquet. How annoying is that? Oh, is he going for the Dream? It's Dream time. Time of Legends, draw the Dream, play the Dream. So what's the win con here? What's Martis got in store for us? I've got a feeling that the whole failed experiment Plague Bearer, if that was one of the options, it's not that viable at the moment. It'll kill a couple of things. So failed experiment Storm Spawn. It's gonna gain that 10 Faeria. So 10 Faeria to work with. Everything costing 0. Maybe like Magnus. So we're gonna see Radiant. So this could be like a Radiance creation deck, potentially. So just like completely stop us from doing anything by chaining off those Radiances. Commander. And a Lore Thief. This turns. Okay. That's another illusion. So we're going to go for this. So that's a 19 attack, guys. So I'm going to play this. And then we're going to play a banquet. I think I'll just play the big banquet. And that's going to this is going to swallow the banquet because we resolve things this way. Oh, actually, will it go here? It might go here. I'm not sure. We'll take +1 because we want to be able to play Grandeur soon. Yeah, it did go that way. So, like Faeria Collection, things resolve down this way. So banquet, an MP. So we lose a lot there to MP. Maybe it was a little bold going for the MP line, going for the banquet. I wanted so the reason I went for the banquet is because I didn't want him to gain a 2/2 in this position. I guess I could have moved the spirit up instead. That could have been an alternate way to do it. Double neutral. I smell a creation radiance in the future. Yeah, I'm just gonna play stuff to block. So there is a creation radiance. We have some form of defense going forward. I'd like to get this down and try and get the other transform effects out of hand. So we have a 29-32. Now, blue is going to be a tough matchup for this deck because of Transform. Like I said, Transform and Hard Removal and Death Touch, like, they're the main ways. Gonna get... Oh, wow, okay, so Radiance is dead. What is this? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is this? That's the deck I'm playing. What are the chances I run into another Illusion of Grandeur deck? I have not seen this card in months. The day I play the Illusion of Grandeur deck, I play against another one, and it's Martyrs, the guy I play against all the time. It's Destiny Martyrs. We are destined to do battle against each other in Faeria. Some funny business going on here. Alright. Man. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. Have some Faeria to work with at least. Just 10, 17. There's going to be more of these. That's the problem. There's going to be a lot more of these to work against. I guess we just kind of bunker up and just hope for the best. This card's annoying. I don't like this card. And how it can get down here very easily. But maybe it's time that some of the Spirit of Rebirths die. Maybe that's just has to happen going forward. This is actually just a 9/9. Maybe, you know what? I could just dash this up as a 9/9. I guess I'd rather this die first if I was going to do that. And then I'd make a lake here and dash it here. I guess it gives them 5. You know what? I'm going to do it because I don't think I can win going forward. Because I don't have access to transformation abilities like this deck. So I don't have access to Frogify and stuff like that. So maybe, just maybe, this is the way I win the game. Unless he's just going to clear it. Which means my spirit lives. It's not that bad, really. Get some power-ups on these guys. So he does go for a spirit and drops another illusion. An Archon. And another illusion. So I have been out illusions. This is a 46-42. I was saying like 24 was my biggest. So this deck is doing similar things. Just a little bit better than me in this matchup. So well played, Tomatis. You know, it's actually surprising to see another illusion deck in this episode. But this was the greedier one, right? This was the greedier illusion deck. I'm not too sure how well this deck would deal with aggression. I think this version is much better at handling more aggressive decks, more tempo mid-range orientated decks. With this would thrive in a control mirror. Both will be pretty weak to blue, but I think the illusion's kind of a surprise anyway, so I think Masters would probably get away with one illusion after seeing maybe a Frogify or two. But yeah, both very similar decks, but different goals. Good game, Tomatis. Let's move on to our next one. Alright guys, into another match here. No spirit to start things off, but I'm going to hard mulligan for one. Oh, I didn't get it. That feels bad. But I have the Recurrent Recruiter at least. I do have an illusion for later. Oh, I'd rather draw these later. I don't want to find these in my opening hand. Could have kept the Banquet actually as a turn 1 collector. I think that would have been fine. I'll think about doing that in the future. I really want a spirit though. I can't resist going for that mulligan for the Spirit of Rebirth. Village Elder. So this could be green-yellow sacrifice. We did play against this archetype earlier. There he is, my good old friend. We are going to play up the left side this time. So this is something I haven't tried. So we did split off against the mono blue Illusion of Grandeur. Now I think it's time to try and be a bit more aggressive, a bit more controlling around this region to make sure that we can at least compete with my opponent. So my opponent kind of feels the same way. It's absolutely fine. I'll take a lake. We can go for the Recurrent Recruiter. And I think that's just fine. We can just leave. This is just to say to the Village Elder, you know, get out of the Recurrent's land. We don't need your stories. This artwork always gets me. I don't know, like I know where the facial features are, but it kind of, the beard is just like a big overwhelming part of the face, and it just looks a bit strange sometimes to me. Like there's the eyes, and there's the nose, and there's the beard, but just on an initial glance, he looks like he's got this really warped appearance. So Demon Wing. That's a problem. It's a problem I don't want to have to answer. Now I will split off here actually, because my opponent is just kind of building around here. I'll actually benefit from a Spirit of Rebirth kind of sitting on this well. Because the more Spirit of Rebirths, the better. We have a couple of bloated toads ready to come down. I'd rather play them with a Banquet, just so my opponent doesn't get the last word benefits. Now this version could run Origin Fanatic. It's a card that has been featured in Green Yellow Sacrifice in the past. We could use a Fanatic play to clear out my Rakoan. I guess I shouldn't have moved now that I think about it, because I don't really mind if these two die. My concern mainly is this going into double collection. But then again, I could play something to block. Bloom Sprite, Demon Wrangler? Okay. So yeah, lots of board presence from a Demon Wrangler on the Bloom Sprite. So we can take the lake. I think we just have to wait again. Our opponent has a better board. The 5/2s with the Bone Collector sitting around him is problematic. I would like to see Frog Tosser, I guess, but it's not 5/5 currently, so maybe I'd like to see Eridan failed. Like, Attila the Ultimate will be pretty good, actually, just for some card draw, just to get some more options. Now, the Demon Wing can double collect this turn. Could make another land, move the Bone Collector down, make sure these power-ups are coming, going on the Bone Collector. But if this Bone Collector does move down, he is not paying respect to a power-up from hand. So I'm going to do it this way instead. Use the Wind Soldier. Is there a power-up for the Wind Soldier? Or is he going to sacrifice the Wind Soldier? Deepwood Stalker into Wind Soldier. Okay. So 2 power-ups for us from the Spirits of Rebirth. Illusion of Grandeur, not what we want to see in this position, unfortunately. We're going to have to take a draw here. Deepwood Stalker. What does that give us? Not a lot currently. I guess we could just play another Recruiter. This card is gonna get out of hand. Yeah, we're gonna play a Recruiter here. And just wait, because the problem is, if I play a Recruiter in this position, my opponent can build a last forest and then just run stuff into it. I mean, you could just use the Demon Wing, I guess, move across and use the Demon Wing, take an aggressive land now. But the Bone Collector at least stays here or forces a land here so the Bone Collector can move across. So I'm just trying to split up the Bone Collector from a lot of these targets. It's difficult because of how closely compact they are. But if this Demon Wing, if this Demon Wrangler wants to get involved, if both of these, you need a land here, then move down. This moves across clear, this moves here, and then you kind of have this crescent moon of potential power-ups. But at least this way, I basically sacrifice a Faeria to force this. I'm not sure how beneficial this will be. I was going to go for this. So yeah, it has to build a land here now. Everything's going to scoot down. Spirit of Rebirth. Oh snap. Let's get some power up. So we do find the Frog Tosser. It's pretty good. But we currently have this issue. We have this issue where my opponent's Demon Wings are the biggest problem for me. And I want to get as much... I think the power-ups are worth more than the Faeria at the moment. So what I really need to do is I need to reduce my hand so I can potentially get these guys with some power-ups in the future. The illusions of grandeur this early are really, really problematic because I don't have any real good ways of, you know, making these targets more viable because these haven't even had any power-ups yet. I guess, like, if I play 2 of these and I play this actually becomes quite a big threat. So maybe that's what I need to do. Just play a few things. So this is 1. Pushes that 5, and then we can go for a 4 here. Move across, collect. Oh man. I was meant to play this first, but I didn't really get... It was a bit weird, the timer. So a 9-9, I might have needed to push that up an extra 2 stats. So the whole move was based on playing Rakoan's position. A little unfortunate there, but I have limited my hand a bit, making sure that these 2 have opportunities to get power-ups now, because I do need to kill the Bone Collector. That's a priority. This 5/5 in this position is actually pretty good. Has influence on this side, so it can jump across and deal. And then this can jump across here. Then on the following turn, the 4/4 is in a position where it can do something. So we're okay. We're not great. Our opponent's definitely winning. Soul Eaters are my biggest problem now. If Soul Eater comes down, I'm not going to have many good answers for it. There's been a lot of sacrifice, and this is going to be my best answer. I might just have to dump my hand. Next turn, just go like double Rakoan into another illusion, and then hope Spirit Procs hit these 2 in the future. I would have much preferred if this was an 11-11, because then these 2 wouldn't be enough to kill it. But then again, I don't know, like if the Bone Collector, no, he's gonna just run all these guys into it, right? A new Bone Collector. Ah, this sucks. So yeah, if that was an 11, I'd have 2 more life, and this wouldn't be able to happen. Yeah, we just lose something there. Now this doesn't even really match it. It's kind of sad. Tail. I'm gonna take a lake here. Protect my frog. I'll go 1, 2, 3. So the only thing I can get hit now from power-ups is these guys, which is pretty beneficial, especially if the Frog Tosser gets hit and then I can kill this. Just Frog Tosser this in one go. Taking a bit of value. Gets hit by the spirit, so the Steeper Stalker gets hit. I can run these 2 into it. It's actually not bad. Bloom Sprite. Sack it. Sacking this is really sad because this becomes a 6 life. And then my Frog Tosser can't deal with it easily. No, so yeah, so making it more difficult for me. It's actually not that bad. As long as the Soul Eater doesn't come down, I think I'm okay. Oh, I spoke too soon. How big is this Soul Eater? An 11-11 and 11-8. It's kind of ridiculous. Okay. Failed experiment. So these 2 can kill this. And then I can kill this, which leaves these 2 to run into each other. Unless I jump across, clear this, and then stalker it. And then move here and kill this. But then I guess I want this to rumble with the Soul Eater. Let's do this first. Oh, yeah. So we have to do this first because the frog's going to spawn. So we do it this way. Oh, wait. Yeah, that should have crossed my mind. Oh, dear. Well, it's not a lot I can do, unfortunately. I just have to do this. We do get the frog tosser with +1. Ugh, this is so annoying. Yeah, I guess Deep with Stalk and just... And then I kill this. Just kind of a shame, really. Yeah. I think I've lost this one. It was just, there was just too much pressure at the start. I couldn't deal with all the Demon Wranglers, so maybe I should have just sat back and waited. My opponent had like a really good hand, like Bone Collector into the double Demon Wrangler. I had like, I drew 2 of these in my early game. So my hand quality was much lower. This could still just trade with it, but I have 2 more to deal with. That's my problem. So it gets to kill my spirit. Feels bad, man. This comes down, kills my illusion. No. Interesting. I have a line. You know what? I'm going to do it. So my plan is I am going to Frog Tosser this. And then go for the... It's a 1 in 3. Well, actually, it's fine if it comes here. So as long as my frog spawns on one of these deserts, I can make a lake. Hopefully this one. Make a lake. And play a 10-10 illusion. Then this guy will kill the frog. And this, well, it's gonna be a 21-21 by the end of it. So let's see if this works out. Nice. To a lake. Into an illusion. And then this can just block my face. Okay, so I went for an out there. That was the plan. Like I was just thinking, like how do I win from here? And I saw the frog tosser, and I thought, you know what? I could roll the dice here. If I get this spot, I'm pretty much guaranteeing 21 to the face unless he can kill this. If I get this spot, it's a little slower because I have to build a lake here, which allows a defensive land to come up with a creature to block. Not really what I want to see in my life. And then we have it. That play granted me that win. And that is what I like to call playing to your outs. My out there is taking a 1 in 3 and getting an illusion of Grandeur in front of my opponent's orb to hit face. Now, not a lot of green yellow sacrifice run hard removal. You saw in the previous game, we saw like assassins and stuff. Some of them do run Last Nightmare, but it's not common. So I played to my out there. It was a 1 in 3. I rolled the dice. I high rolled. I was able to play that illusion and take the win. So good game there to my opponent. I was feeling a little shaky there. I didn't think I was going to win that one. There's a strong chance I wasn't going to win. But taking that gamble there gave me the highest chance of doing something with this match. So good game. Let's go on to another one. Alright guys. Another game. We had such a jammy win last match. Ah dear. You know, I'm pretty happy with spotting the line though. I think if I hadn't spotted that line I would have just lost. But a new game and a new Spirit of Rebirth to my hand in the open. It's going to be a mountain, so I haven't played against much red as of recent. I don't really want to play the Spirit just yet. I play into Flame Burst. I don't want that. We can just play this guy. It's a bit more durable. We can stay alive. We don't give too much away with this play. My opponent might be thinking, oh, Rakoans or something like that. Find ourselves a banquet. We can go forest. And we'll just pass here. I guess I could play the Rakoan. Do myself up to Ground Shaker. Don't know if I'm keen on that. We do have an illusion in hand, so we could get some power-ups in the future. You know what? I could just play the Rakoan. I guess Grand Shaker is kind of sad though. It's not even. It's just a good play and just kills an extra guy. So let's pass. Let's not go for the Rakoan. Next turn I can go Rakoan into Banquet, or I can go Spirit into Banquet. Oh, that's a Seifer. Okay.
There can be only one.
The only one that Seifer is just gonna cause some problems for me, really. Yeah, this is an issue. It's definitely an issue. Don't even know what to do here. We do this. And get this guy down. So I need to play something. Seifer's gonna be eating some stuff. But ideally he eats up cards that power up these two, which can one-shot it. That's the dream. If I play the Rakoan down, he becomes a 6/6. One power-up could go. He's still not enough. Like, I need 2 power-ups going, realistically, if I want to stop him. I can run this in. He'll gain. It'll do 1 to him because he only absorbs base stats. So I'll deal 1 damage. So it'll be at 5. So if the Frog Tosser gets buffed, so that could work out. We'll see what happens. We'll play this little guy, and yeah, we'll hopefully our Frog Tosser will get buffed. We can run the Spirit into it if it moves across. Maybe it just gets mobility to cross anyway. I mean, that's fine. Like, so as long as the Frog Tosser gets hit, we can Frog Tosser it in 1 hit. But oh no, it doesn't, because of course he did kill it. So that is a problem. So we can Frog Tosser this. It doesn't. It just takes 4 damage. It absorbs 4 life. It doesn't do anything. That's the problem. I did need that Spirit of Rebirth to proc here. If I hit this, it actually gains more life. Gains 1 life. It goes up by +1. So Frog Tosser doesn't do anything here. So let's take a draw. There's another Spirit. So I can actually... see, this is a problem. I'd like to play the Spirit and Deepwood Stalker this. So maybe I Deepwood Stalker this first. And then I play the Spirit. and just kind of hope like things go well for me. This is a lot of pressure. Seifer just really difficult for me to deal with right now. Into a Scourge Flame. Oh my goodness. What is going on? Burn and Seifer. Feels bad. Gift to Steel. My guy? It's just BM? I don't even know. I don't even know if this is just BM. Kind of feels like BM, but on the other hand, yeah, I as you can see, I'm totally lost right now. Let's play a Tale of the Old Turtle. Things might make sense. I don't think they will. I'm just gonna die to burn at this point. How does one win this game? I don't know. Maybe I just failed experiment in a lake. This? No, that's not what I wanted buffed. Which gives this gives the least. Doesn't matter. The problem is these have so much life that they give Seifer like tons and tons of life. And yeah, so if I was to frog tosser it, he takes the 4. He gains the 4. But yeah, that Seifer won the game. There's nothing I could do about that, unfortunately. But there we go, Vefty. Good games, man. Good games. It's a shame Seifer can be such a blowout sometimes. It's just some decks just can't handle Seifer. Runin is another one. Like those 2 cards, like sometimes it's just impossible for certain decks to deal with. There's just no way. But there we have it. A lot on the table again. So we're 2-2 currently. Let's get into our final game. All right, guys. Final match. Let's throw all these away. That's not bad. You know, I don't mind picking up the Recruiter. And we did see an extra card to go to my opponent's hand. It's going to be Flight of the Mantis. So this could be blue-yellow events. That is a possibility. Split off to the other side, see if Incognito wants to follow us. Now, if this is blue-yellow events, we might want to play a little more aggressive going forward. Oh, is it? Well, it's definitely event-driven. There is a Gem Silk Fairy. Unfortunately, that Gem Silk Fairy is going to get eaten by a spider. Nom nom. See you later. It's a good rate for us, especially when we collect. 3 for 2. Kill a guy and collect. 2 for 2. Now every fairy collects from there on. It's going to be a good value for us. Oh, okay. Into the Battletoads. Right, so Disciple already starting to grow. So it looks like the right side is going to be where we can test in the future. I'd like to get the Recruiter on this side, if I'm honest. Well, not the Recruiter, the Recruit, you could say. We can kind of do this, so we can kind of just sit over this side, collect with the 1/1. Then we can start applying pressure up the right. Now, our opponent did go for 3 lakes here instead of opting for a desert, because we do know 2 Flight of the Mantids are in hand. So yeah, so now going for that desert. We keep drawing these early. It's like the saddest thing. I don't want to draw these yet. Feels bad, man. So we're going to set up the Bloated Toad just to threaten this. Just make it feel a little unsafe. We're probably going to see a desert here into a Manta. I would assume this is going to push us up to a 4/4. Actually going to go Manta here instead. Oh, another disciple. Taking the Manta. Spirit of Rebirth found. So we can definitely get this guy set up. I guess we could just Lake and kill this. Because then if the Disciple comes down and finishes it off, we can actually kill the 2/2 with a Spider. And we'll get the Spirit down as well, so we can start getting some power-ups going. Now, I don't necessarily mind Frog Tosser in one of these and losing the Battletoad. Killing this, while it's small, is just a much bigger problem. Like, I can't deal with big creatures sometimes, and this will be a way for me to answer it. So we're going to Flight come down. Oh, actually move in. That's good for us, so that sets us up. Oh, we have double Frog Tossers, so we could actually just kill both of them. That's really good. We will get one frog at least. So we should fight. We should do the. Where do we want to do this? So let's kill this now. Build the last lake. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I wanna be able to attack from this avenue. So let's go here. And we'll play the 4/4 Frog Tosser first, and we'll kill this. Nah, it doesn't hit. It doesn't hit this Frog Tosser, unfortunately. And then we'll Frog Tosser this one. So we don't get a frog for that. A little unfortunate, but it's fine. We're getting a few power-ups on our illusions for next turn. We do stick a 2/2 here. It's probably just going to get killed by the Gem Silk going forward. But we've killed two of the bigger threats. So now we have one Disciple, which will take some setup, but we also have the Colossus to answer. Colossus are going to be also issues that I need to deal with. Oh, wow, okay. Stepping up. Spirit Theft. Spider my 1/1. Oh, I wanted to play Disciple first. So if we draw another Spider, we're actually in a really good spot. Unless he's going to clear this and then Spider this. Or maybe we can Spider this and retain his 2/2 to challenge my 1/1. Yep. And then hit Spider from this side. Oh, from this side. So it sets up that Collector into a Battletoads. Into a Spell Whale. Excellent. Okay. Tale of the Old Turtle. Now, do I just jam down an 8/8? I either play an 8/8 or I play Tale of the Old Turtle. I'd probably just play an 8/8 at this point. Just give us a bit of flexibility to draw, because we can always play another Grandeur after. I guess I could tail first. I could tail and hope I draw something worthwhile, and then I can build these up a little more. But I do kind of need to think about what I'm going to do about this guy, especially if these two are events. So it's a tough one. Like, this is just, we know what's going to happen here. I played the 8/8. If these are Frogifires or Humblins, you know, I'm in a bit of trouble. But Humblin's actually not too bad. This does stay a 4/4. So let's do this. So we're just playing an 8/8. And hoping Spellwhale didn't find some premium blue cards to make my life difficult. This can come across and collect. If this is a frog, if one of these are a frogify, I'm not going to be a happy person. Because basically, that was 0 cost, put a frogify in hand. And an extra card. Shifting Tides to draw. Shimmy's back. Double neutral into Colossus. So Colossus down the left. Oh, that's kind of worrying. So throwing this guy away, just happy to let him die. Let's play a tail. Why did this lose 1 attack? Was this always a 7-8? My brain is just like, wait a minute. What's going on here? So I can spider something? That's an option. I'm going to kill this. Like, I know that's happening. I wish I could spider this. It'd be so good. Maybe I play Spirit first. Run this in. Didn't hit it, unfortunately. I guess I can increase the chances of it being hit. I need to spider this. I do need to spider this. That is a thing. Put this into double collection. This goes up to a 10-12. That's okay. I could lose my spirit here, but then this gets to move up. So I'm going to see what my opponent decides to do about my spirits of rebirth in this position. Because there is an opportunity to clear both of them. I'm assuming that was picked up. Yes, I'm assuming that was picked up off the spell wheel. Maybe not, maybe so. We'll find out. So Gem Shell is going to kill the spirit. Another power up there. Jumps back. +1 into Manta, probably to block? No, no Manta, okay. Bit of a combo here. Can't fault it. So we can kill this guy, and then we build a lake. Oh, I don't have enough to play illusion this turn, so I might have to hold off for now. Maybe we do this, and then we can play the Rakoan Recruiter. And then we can fail the Emissary. Turns this into a 2-2. We can kill the Hydra. And then maybe play the 2-2 in a position where it can challenge this frog. Or at least force the frog to go into it. I could stick it into double collection. Make sure we get another double collection. It's actually 1 power-up away from just one-shotting our opponent. I took the neutrals because I wanted to double collect, but I also want to set up a lake here and just jam the illusion in front of his orb and say, do you have an answer? Do you have an answer? I'd like this to be a 20 attack though before I do it. I want a one shot. I don't want to hit for 19 and have my opponent 1. That's not what I'm interested in here. Yeah, they just trade into an Outland Ranger. To a Manta campfire? Oh, no, campfire. So do we jam the illusion as a... I don't know, like, do we slam this as a 19? It doesn't set up lethal, that's my issue. So maybe it's time to tail the old turtle. That was one of the worst tail the old turtles I've ever seen. So let me just work this out. We kill this. We're gonna use this just in case it gets spirit theft. I make a lake here. Or I can +1 and play the recruiter. I know there's a campfire in hand. I want to go to the Faeria next turn. If I go for a lake now, I guess I take this lake. And then next turn, if this lives, I'm hoping it lives, I get to double collect. And then +1 into this illusion. But then again, it's still not a 20. It's still not a 20 attack. That is an issue. Tail into tail is pretty sad. Tail into tail into failed experiment is pretty sad. So here's a Soul Drain. I'm slowly losing grasp of the game here. All the disciples are dead though, so I do need to see. Yeah, it's going to be Colossus that's going to close things out. So it kind of works out for me okay. We just need to get back in between the wells. Right. Now this is a 2020. We push this up by 5, so forcing a campfire in this position. So force the campfire. These guys clear it. We get the banquet that gets the double collect. Oh nope, just gonna roar. Okay.
Would you like some tea?
It's a little bit of a problem actually. So it clears, kills my banquet, feels bad guys. Maybe we shouldn't have banqueted. Oh, angered a campfire. Cheeky. Draws. Just looking for that Colossus. Can spider this, I guess. Maybe I spider this. Protect my 1/1. +1. I smell a Colossus coming. The problem with Spider in this is I opened up Spirit Fest, so I think that was a mistake, actually. I should have probably spidered this. Or maybe just spidered this. Outland Ranger. It's a Campfire the Frog. So it does take the Spirit Theft. Does Aurora step onto my lake? Spider my 1/1. Campfire the dude. Hit me for 4. So Aurora did not stand on my lake. So now we... Wait, why is this losing power? Why is this lost power? I don't understand. I really don't understand why this has lost any power at all. That's really annoying because that was lethal. It was on 19. Unless I've lost my mind, guys, be sure to tell me. I swear this was 19 and went up to 20, but now it's gone back down to 18. Illusion is a very weird card. So now what's my alternative? I don't really have one. I just die. Because I can't get lethal anymore. I have to defend, and defending just loses me the game. I don't have an out here. Let's just play it and see if it is 18. It is 18! What? That makes no sense. Oh, well, yeah, alright. So there we go. So my win condition then was playing my 20 plus attack Grandeur, but somehow it lost 2 attack. I'm gonna I'll have to check the VOD of this, because like I said, I could just be losing my mind in my old age. But there we have it. That's gonna wrap up. I think this deck's cool. Like, I like it a lot. It's nice to see some spicy decks come in from Summerflame in the Seifer's Open. But yeah, it's like I said, a cool deck. Maybe a few bugs around this card at the moment. But I feel that it's a fun deck, and if you want to give it a try, I definitely recommend it. That concludes this episode. I did go back and check the VODs, and it was at 20 attack. I actually hovered over it. It did go up to 20 attack, but it was dropped down to 18. Now, as far as the dev team know, that is only a visual bug. So the illusion did actually have 20 attack, but it was displayed as 18. So I spoke to Atmaz, and Atmaz was saying if I had played the illusion, it would have still had done 20 damage if I had hit the orb. But I believe, I'm not sure if me and my opponent saw it at 18 attack if I had played it, or if it would have had 20 attack if I had played it anyway. So I would have still potentially won. So if you do encounter this issue, just be aware that it is mainly a visual bug, if it's the same bug that the team think that just occurred now. So keep that in mind. If you see that attack drop, just play it anyway. It might just be the attack you need to win the game. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, drop a subscribe to keep up to date of when our content goes live. You can check out my decks from last week. I did make a video on the Yellow Mistral Rush, the deck that terrorized the Kaleem's Seasonal Cup. Now, keep in mind, a lot of players have been saying this deck is very strong and very difficult to defeat, but I have noticed an increase of green-yellow sacrifice on the ladder, and also Rizo, who won the Seifer's Open, had just gone by, didn't even feature it in his lineup, and both first and second place, Summerflame and Rizo, both featured a variant of green-yellow sac in the deck. In their lineup, sorry. So that could be the answer to that Yellow Rush if you are having problems with it. So until next time, take care, guys, and enjoy Summerflame and Shatsy 505's Blue-Green Illusion hand buff.